There are seconds where history holds its breath, and on a single night over San Francisco, the clock nearly stopped for good. It is almost 1 in the morning, and for the crew of an inbound Air Canada Airbus, this is meant to be the final routine leg of a very long journey. Their systems show a clear path to the tarmac. Their eyes, however, are about to be deceived. The airport below them is not as they remember it. One of the 2 parallel runways they expect to see is dark, shut down for repairs. Their minds, conditioned by countless previous landings, automatically map the lit path they see as the correct one. It is a fatal assumption. They are not lined up with a runway at all. They are aimed directly at a taxiway. On that strip of pavement, 4 wide-body jets sit in a silent row, packed with passengers, utterly unaware of the danger descending from the foggy sky. A routine night was about to become the worst disaster in aviation history. The pilots had access to the information. It was buried in a lengthy digital bulletin known as a NOTAM, a dense list of technical advisories that crews must sift through before every flight. In the haze of a long-duty day, the critical line about the runway closure went unseen. Furthermore, they were executing a visual approach, trusting their eyes over their instruments in the clear night. A prudent backup using the electronic guidance system for that specific runway was available but never activated. Why? Fatigue was a ghost in the cockpit. That captain's body clock read past 3 a.m. Canadian rest rules at the time were less strict than those in the United States, and he had been on duty for 19 hours. Overconfidence, bred from familiarity, met exhaustion. No one on the flight deck, and no one in the tower yet, perceived the deadly geometry unfolding. From the control tower, a solitary controller watches the blip on his screen. The jet's approach looks slightly off-centered, but not alarmingly, so the standard arrival path here is angled to reduce noise over the bay. He sees no conflict. Then, a crackle of radio static breaks the night. San Francisco Tower, Air Canada 759. We've got some lights there on the runway. Can you confirm we are cleared to land? In the tower, a pause stretches for 5 heartbeats. The controller checks his scope, sees only the 1 aircraft on his assigned runway, and replies, Air Canada 759, cleared to land runway 28 right. There's no one on 28 right but you, but on the taxiway the pilots of United Flight 1 are listening. They see the landing lights not shifting toward the runway, but holding steady, growing larger, heading right for them. A voice, urgent and bypassing all protocol, erupts on the frequency. Where's this guy going? He's on the taxiway. In an instant, the tower's command is sharp and clear. Air Canada, go around. Go around now. The Airbus's engines roar to full power, its nose tilts upward, and it hauls itself into the dark sky. Below, the passengers on the parked jets felt the thunderous wash and saw the shadow pass. The investigation later concluded the Air Canada jet missed the tail of the United 787 by fewer than 20 feet. The margin between normalcy and catastrophe was measured in the length of a cart. In the wake of the shock, the National Transportation Safety Board launched a deep investigation. Their recommendations led to concrete changes. Visual approaches at night were banned at San Francisco when a parallel runway is out of service, and 2 controllers are now required during the late arrival push. The system, it seemed, had learned, but has it? In the months and years that followed, a troubling pattern emerged across the United States. A spate of terrifyingly similar incidents began to surface, suggesting the San Francisco scare was not a unique flaw, but a symptom. A close call at New York's JFK airport is now under federal investigation, one news clip reports. Yet another near collision, this time at Boston Logan, states another. The statistics told a conflicting story. For over a decade, the most serious categories of runway incursions had been trending downward, a testament to improving safety. Yet now, aviation officials voiced new concern. If you look at the last decade, one expert noted, we'd see maybe 10 to 20 of these a year. This year, we're on track for more than 20, even one is one too many. Consider what happened just weeks later at JFK. An American Airlines jet, taxiing in the dark, was given specific instructions. Taxi via Bravo, hold short of Kilo. Its pilots, perhaps mentally pre-programmed for a different wind-favored runway, acknowledged but then taxied straight past their turn. They rolled directly onto an active runway where a Delta jet was accelerating for takeoff. The 2 crews were on different radio frequencies, blind to each other's intentions. Only the sharp eyes of the tower controller averted disaster. American 106 Heavy, hold position. Delta 1943, cancel takeoff clearance. The roar of reversing engines filled the cockpit as the Delta jet screeched to a halt. The American plane froze on the runway in a line they had come within about 1,000 feet of a catastrophic intersection. Then came Austin. In thick morning fog, a FedEx cargo plane was on a precise, blind instrument approach to land. The tower, trying to maximize efficiency in the low traffic hour, cleared a Southwest 737 for takeoff on the same runway. Traffic on a 3-mile final is a heavy 730-67, the controller advised. expecting a quick departure. But seconds ticked into a minute. The FedEx jet plunged through the fog layer, its crew seeing nothing but gray until, at a mere 150 feet above the ground, the murky outline of the Southwest jet, still lumbering down the runway, materialized directly in their path. With no time for protocol, the FedEx captain took direct, unauthorized action, keying his mic to shout a warning to the other aircraft. Southwest, aboard. FedEx is on the go. A chaotic radio crosstalk followed as the tower misunderstood the source of the command. The FedEx jet climbed violently away, the two aircraft passing within 100 vertical feet of each other. Later the tower controller came on the frequency, his voice heavy with relief and regret. FedEx 1432 Heavy, you have our apologies. We appreciate your professionalism. Why do these near misses cluster? Is it pressure to keep schedules tight? Is it complacency in a system that has grown incredibly safe? Or is it a troubling signal that the complex human-machine network of air travel is being stretched too thin? The shadow of a far darker day looms over every one of these incidents. The deadliest accident in aviation history was not a mid-air breakup, but a collision on a fog-shrouded runway. In 1977, on the island of Tenerife, a KLM 747, its captain, eager to depart before worsening weather closed in, mistakenly began its takeoff roll while a Pan Am 747 was still taxiing ahead on the same runway. Neither plane could see the other. The tower could see neither. The KLM at full speed could not stop. The resulting fireball claimed 583 lives. The greatest dangers are often hidden in plain sight, in the routines we think we know. The story of Air Canada 759 and the subsequent close calls is not one of simple negligence. It is a masterclass in how complex systems fail. Multiple, small, seemingly insignificant errors are missed line in a document. A manual step skipped, a mental model gone stale. A moment of hesitation can align like tumblers in a lock. When that lock clicks open, only extraordinary vigilance or sheer luck stands in the way of disaster. The fixes are never just about new technology or stricter rules. They are about culture, about fostering a relentless wariness against the creeping threat of normalcy. Every safety protocol on your flight today is written in the ink of a past tragedy. Every successful landing is a victory against a long chain of what-ifs. These stories are told not to frighten, but to illuminate. They reveal the incredible, fragile ballet of technology and human judgment that carries us safely through the sky. And they remind us of the constant, quiet work required to keep it all in the air. If this exploration of the thin line between safety and catastrophe gripped you, please show your support. ALIKE on this video helps Winds of Thought bring you more deep dive content like this. And I'm curious what element of modern air travel safety amazes or concerns you the most. Let me know in the comments below.